kusangana kwatiri kuita zvakare ipo pano pazimu news update apo patinoda kupa mafirst hand update anonga ari kuitika munyika yedu yeZimbabwe. So ndiri kuya ndakatibatanidze maupdate akati one day pano ndiri kuya ndakabatanidza. Tine update ya VP Chiwenga, tozoita update yetichakusiyai muchinzwa pano ya Patrick Chinamasa ari kuitwa interview nemutapi wenhau wekuZFM achitaura nenhau yeconstitutional amendment ya bill number 3. Sezvo zvetiri kunziva kuti Patrick Chinamasa akabuda achitaura katatu kese achiti President Emerson Mnangagwa vari kuguma 2028 apo patakazoona paakazoita unga kamiliyoni unga rwaivhu ozochinja futi ozoti aiwa no 2030 bo zvekuti. So anga achibvunzwa ipapo kutoti muri kuzvifambisa sei uye chii chakati muchinje. Tiri kuona kuti akapiwa pressure nevanhu vemubato reZanu PF. Sezvo tinoziva kuti Patrick Chinamasa ndo maloya mahombe emubato reZanu PF. So tiri kuona panapa Vice President Constantino Chiwenga inhau yekutoti sort of like kuziva kuti neta muri yeZimbabwe Vice President Constantino Chiwenga vane vanhu pahana pavo because dai vanga vasina basa nevanhu nechidanho chavari muri yeZimbabwe hati ndo vanhu vacho ere mapresident acho nana Mnangagwa wengi utaura kuti aiwa isu titori boys sezvingota na Mnangagwa nevamwe vasitombori mubato reZanu PF vatombori nazvidanho vari kukurudzira constitutional amendment bill number 3 but aronyasa kuona kuti aiwa hongu tine zvidanho tiri kuwana mari zvese zvetinoda tozviwana munyika nyangwe takati toda 1 million nyangwe takati toda chi tozviwana but no ngatitange taisa chi vanhu kumberi muri yeZimbabwe. So tiri kuona panapa pakanyorwa zvakanyorwa panapa zvinoda kuti ndiwerenge ndichibva pano tichabva ndakuendesai kuna Patrick Chinamasa monzwa interview yake. Then after interview ya Patrick Chinamasa kune vanhu vari kudiscussa nenhau yeconstitutional amendment ya bill number 3 but tina vaDouglas Ngonzora vaitaura futi nenhau yeconstitutional amendment bill number 3 but havasi apa paupdate iri tichazoona kuti tokwanisa kuisa rimwe update iri rakazvimirira ravaDouglas Ngonzora vachikwanisa kupatsanura nhau yeconstitutional amendment bill number 3 because vamwe havasi kutomboziva especially kumaruzeva havasi kutomboziva kuti chii chiri kunyatsa kumboitika constitutional amendment bill number 3 yacho yakambomira sei uye bumbiro remutemo rakambomira sei havasi kuzviziva vanenge varingoti cab 3 bo vasi kuziva kuti chii chiri kunyatsa kumboitika. So tiri kuona pana panyorwa kuti Chiwenga pays the price of refusing to loot constitutional amendment bill number 3 is their Sheffield. Chiwenga is their fear. Tiri kuona panapa ndo zviringochiwa chete Chiwenga ndiye aringochikisa chete ndiye rungochisa zvigananda are not only fighting Chiwenga but they are fighting their prison sentences. Ndo zviripo muri yeZimbabwe tiri kuona kuti waMnangagwa wakangobva chete pachigaro panotanga kutosungwa vanhu vakawandisa ende vanhu vandanga kuteerwa nemhosva ndofunga muri kuona nawo tamuzembi wakapiwa bail re sort of like rakapiwa bail sort of like 1000 yakabhadhira nezuro anga agara 11 months mujeri muri yeZimbabwe. Nyaya yacho yasada topera passport yake ikatotorwa pari zvino hapana kwaanobuda achienda because kuna kwamaunda unziva kuti kana atoita zvekuborder jumper zvezve but anonga achifambira kupiko because anonga kutorwa madhuku aya nemachichi kuvhara kumeso chichi chimwe kuti asazikanwa kuti ndiye. So tiri kuona panapa kanyonzi Vice President Constantino Chiwenga is hated for being weak, he is hated for being clean. Tiri kuona panapa kungotaura nhau yecorruption chete kuti hatitoda corruption munyika ndo nhau yavatodini yavatowengerwa iyoyo muri yeZimbabwe. So tiri kuona panapa achibva yakabuda achitaura kuti aiwa vachiwenga ndi baba vangu nezuro chichi ari kuinterview kwaPatisani. So tiri kuona panapa kanyonzi zvigananda want him gone because he refused to join them in looting while others eat in silence. Chiwenga said that the public must benefit from Zimbabwe minerals and resources. He put the people before the pockets that made him an enemy muri yeZimbabwe. Ndokuti tiri kuona ndo zvinogara zvakati vana VP Chiwenga kuti no vanoisa vanhu pahana wakaisa vanhu pahana kuti no zvetiri kuita hazvisiri izvo chimwe bo tichitora nhau iyi muna 2017 takati restore legacy waMugabe wakomberedzwa nematsotsi but now tiri kuona kuti matsotsi acho azototi nyanyeni enemy to those who feeding off the state. Now they are fighting back with constitutional amendment bill number 3. It wasn't made for the people, it was made to block Chiwenga from becoming the next president. Zvigananda know that if he takes power arrests will follow. Ndo zvitoripo kutoti pakangoita umwe nyangwe pakasaita president nyangwe ukasasungwa ukatiza but hauchakwanisi kugara wakasununguka mari dziya dzavaiwana uchawani zvavharana chichichi kana ungotonizonhu zvako zvakuti towane state. So tiri kuona kuti vari kufaitira kuti vamunangagwa varambe vari pachigaro. They fear accountability. They fear a leader who won't protect their interest. They fear a leader who puts Zimbabwe before himself. This is why the ground still loves him. Tiri kuona panapa ndo zvakaitwa naIbrahim Traore. Vakatanga kutoisa vanhu kumberi, ivo vasada kutombozviisa, but vakatanga kuisa vanhu kumberi kuti vanhu ngavagare zvakanaka first chechimwe because ndo nhau inenge iripo. Well, zvigananda control media and push constitution amendment bill number 3. Chiwenga controls the crowd. Heroes Eka proved it. The tukuona Heroes Eka uko just only zviri natural, zvisi zvekutenga vanhu kana kuita sei, vaingodira zvinhu zviri natural. People cheers because they see a leader who isn't stealing from them. The math is simple. Chiwenga equals no looting equals arrest for Zvigananda equals to Chiwenga, no Chiwenga equals to safe looting. Tiri kuona panapa bottom line Zvigananda isn't fighting Chiwenga politics, they are fighting their own prison sentence. Tiri kuona panapa muri yeZimbabwe ndo zviri kuitika. Rekedza tiende kuna waPatrick Chinamasa tinzwe kuti vari kuti kudini nenawo constitutional amendment bill number 3. Rekedza tiuye pano tirida kuti tione kuti tozwana papi kuPatrick Chinamasa. Ndofunga muri kumuona we are up muri yeZimbabwe.
Time and talking to us here at ZFM Studio and allowing us just another voice in this debate. You are central to his foundation, the nationwide consultation with the government maintaining that no referendum is required. At the same time, influential institutions such as the Zimbabwe Bishops Conference are warning that proposed changes would shift power away from citizens. And we can
muri yeZimbabwe tine urombo ka volume kacho kakati dzikei, sa hatichakwanisi kuzviisa pana paZim News update. Rekedza tingoverenge zvishoma muone kuti chii chiri kunyatsa kumboitika. Uku mvura iri kunaya. As a debate of constitutional amendment bill no 3 intensifies, ZANU-PF Treasurer General Patrick Chinamasa, who has been at the center of the process since its inception at the ruling party 2024 annual conference in Bulawayo, explains why he has now changed his position on the referendum. Tiri kuona panapa aitotaura vachitoti vanhu vanofana mavidhio akatoripo mavhi 11 nechichi but akazongoenda kungochinja muri yeZimbabwe. So tiri kuona panapa nyaya kunzi deals with relevant privatization of presidential term limits, length on term electoral system and circles electing a president through parliament, one man one vote investor. Mvura iri kunaya muri yeZimbabwe.
Can I finish please? How that kind of process is influenced by serious lobbying and serious backstabbing. So we don't know. AI can and it's the same with the Pentecostal movement as well. AI may be able to tell. I mean, I'll give you a good example. I don't want to kind of, for example, we know. In Zimbabwe, we've got the Zayoja, right? The Zayoja, and there's been allegations that Zayoja is a family business. That it has been alleged that most of the properties are registered in the name of the Guti family. Yet, despite the congregation contributing a lot, and then but it's disputable, isn't it? But AI may be able to expose that and tell us, oh, this is the breakdown of the title deeds of the church. This is how the property of the church is owned, So that's why I'm trying to say, really, AI could actually end up bringing a lot of transparency in the religious order, because religious orders, whether it's the Pentecostal, the Catholic Church, the Anglicans, there's a lot of secrecy in terms of how they conduct their businesses. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think your argument holds water in that currently those are the main drivers of how we react and respond as human beings. But I'll take us back to where my question is, or where my argument is. My argument is that the reason why these are still factors today is because we are the dominant race on earth. But I'm also saying what we are creating can dethrone us. And I'll speak of what's taken place with regards to, you're talking about the competitive world that AI lives in. If, for example, do you know that Google's Bard was created before ChatGPT, but they closed it down because it was behaving unpredictably. Then they decided, or then ChatGPT came. They're like, these guys are competing with us, so let's open our thing. I will solve the problems as they come along and all that stuff. And that's basically where we find ourselves right now. We have, and I'll say it again, we have Superman that's landed. Yes, some of us will have kryptonite. The very few of us will have the kryptonite to control. But all the assumptions that we're still holding, that we as human beings will be able to do this, then we'll do that. And in the past, most, if not all, the things that we've created, we have had entire control over. But now we are creating something that can learn in our absence and do things in our absence. Like we spoke of, having a humanoid, for example, doing work while you're asleep. Right now, we have applications which can do work while you're asleep. I was listening to this guy who talks of business ideas that people can jump onto. And this guy basically gave this tool access to his machine. And he says, no, think of an idea which can make us money. You've got $200 to work with. I want you to grow it to become XYZ. And it started doing online business, researched that and the other, and it started investing on its own and doing that. And some people will jump on it. The very few who have access to these tools will jump on it. To many, it will be out of reach. But if these organizations choose to, for example, infiltrate churches, like you're saying, identify which ones are true, which ones are not, some of these things may fall away in terms of their what do I mean? May fall away in terms of their impact to humanity holistically, in terms of how we as humans will survive the next 30 years, for example. So the challenge we are faced by is that for the first time, we are creating something which can outdo us.
Just a point of correction, the ChatGPT was created first before Bard. Bard was created in 2023, and then the ChatGPT in 2022 November.
No, Bard was released in 2023, but it was created before that. Moga Dot can speak to that.
OpenAI was created this model before, but that's not a point to argue. I'm going to correct you, Papa.
Okay, I think perhaps I heard one of those founding fathers speak of it, that they had it. It was an internal project that they had created, and its behavior started behaving untoward. So they decided, let's shut this down. So when OpenAI came to the floor and says, we've got this tool, they're like, let's release it as bad as it was. They released it and they realized, all right, we shot ourselves in the foot. We should have continued with our work. That's when they went down the Gemini path and all that stuff. But it could be false information that I picked up as in conversation and not necessarily fact. But I think the point I'm trying to get to is this. The way we are reacting to the environment we're in at the moment is off the basis that tisu tiri kutonga tinacho takachibata kuti tichinichi. But behind the scenes, what we are doing is that we are creating things that we don't know and cannot predict how they will respond if they learn everything we've ever done and know. And that's where lies the challenge. Everything. Can they manipulate? Can they identify false religion and all that stuff? Yes, they can, but they can also create videos that show false miracles, right? So that can also be done, So it can work for or against us. It's now just a question of whose hands is in it. Is it in? And is it going to be beneficial in the long term to us as humanity? Will we always have control over it? Or the time will come when you realize, we are now the dogs that are controlled, being told, you can't go there. You can only go there. You can get outside. Yes, some of us will be able to escape through the hedge or jump over the fence. Some of us will have the ability to do that. But the majority, until boss right now as humans, you can do your exercise outside. Robin Island. You and I are now on Robin Island. These machines are making sure that we are staying in line. And perhaps
we can end up with a God factor, right? Where right now we are marveling at previous intelligence and wondering how it was, but it's not there. the God factor can come in and wipe out all this intelligence and we start afresh. How are the pyramids? How were they made? What are all these things? And we are still grappling. So there was an intelligence at some point, some say, that we don't have. We just don't. So what caused it to go away? So there is that, or it may take out God itself, this intelligence, where we all become knowledgeable that there is nothing above that. It's not, it was just lack of intelligence that was the problem. Whenever we didn't understand something, we placed God.
Yeah,
Or,
you see,
or
that's
God
where I
does
think,
exist and wipes it out.
you see what, Marcy, that's why I think its power is in agreement with what Tatenda is saying. That, imagine the world creates data every day, whether you wake up or you don't wake up. Data is being created. Just the sun rising, the temperature, the crops growing, the leaves growing, things that we don't observe when we go about our lives. And what do those things mean to our next minute? Here I'm talking of predicting even air quality and predicting what a famine will come in the near future, right? They now have in India where they will just test rainfall quality and tell you we're going to have a problem with locusts in the near future because of the content in the rain. These are patterns that we were not observing at ease in the past, although we used to test some of these things. What we think as humans that we're going to be the ones inputting information into these things, that's where we're wrong. We have created cameras, the world itself, how it's captured on a daily basis. There's a lot of information that we miss by every passing day. Those patterns, if they now are brought into these models, what they can do is just beyond insane, in my view. Who go around and test the soil temperature and relate it to the weather data? Okay, maybe it's in agriculture, you can relate it, but relate it to the next technological advancement or even birth rate. Yes, you can do that. That's quite close to you. How about who will be elected in in the next election? Can you look at the rainfall quality
What if
today?
we
And
don't need to elect anyone now?
oh, even better to have these robots set the rules, right?
Hmm.
Ah, that's even better in my view. I think humans are too emotional.
Instead of Cap 3, let's just say no, we want an AI model.
We in ZANU-PF will say we'll create it for you. But
Fu,
anyway, yeah.
funa umofia.
Pfuna adzoka futhi mfana wangu.
Yeah.
Why is your mic is open?
Sorry. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Hi, guys. So sorry. I'll be back in a minute. Thank you.
How about this multi-planetary existence, Masiwa? What do you think with AI?
I've got a friend who likes to have those conversations with me. Oh God.
I think that's fascinating, Masi. And
Mm.
you know,
Mhm.
you know when they talk of bottleneck of AI, saying that energy is the bottleneck of AI, there is now current thinking is saying we may need to harness the energy in Mars because Mars has got 24, I think 23 hours of daylight, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on this one. Please go and read and check for yourselves. It has more sunlight hours than we have here. And if we can harness that energy, that will save humanity here on Earth. And how about, I know people say, let's build data centers, they will help us. There's also thinking that let's deploy data centers to Mars where we have constant energy so that we're
My
not.
question is this elimination of humans from everything, right? Does it not threaten humanity? Because if we are now humanoid relationships, there is no human growth. So what are we developing this for? To eliminate ourselves?
I don't know. Maybe to make life easy. They talk of the concept behind the humanoids is around the abundance, right? Life of abundance, where you don't need to work.
So
Everything is
what
just
will
there.
happen? Me now with my humanoid boyfriend.
We just go. Life will be bland, Must I agree with you.
Mercy is very stubborn. My God.
No, I'm just trying to imagine it. Tozwarisana sei ipapo humanoid wangu.
They will freeze the inputs. They'll
Also
freeze.
now
Can
we'll
I
just produce kids from banks.
can I
Yeah.
just chime in? Can I just chime
No,
in
no, no,
for a quick
Mercy.
minute?
If you don't want all that, they'll just freeze that for whatever, whatever. I'm not going to talk about it. And then set it on you. And then you're okay. Mercy is very stubborn. Oh my God.
Your signature GD travel is come on now.
Mm.
Oh, come on now, Mercy.
Yeah, you should do
Ndinokurwira
that. You
relationships, guys, pano.
Come on now.
Who was saying, is it Leroy?
No, it's
Funa.
Funa. I'll just chime in for a little bit.
Go on.
Good conversation. I was gonna say that, Kujoni, my area is the areas that were growth points. There's still growth points for a reason. Like there were centers of growth identified over a long time ago. And if you go there now, because I was in Zim last year, in my area, Kumusha, there's Mageti, there's Zesa powering through Mutari, all the way down in Kumusha. And I saw it. So